Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Film Roast Podcast.
I'm Scotty.
And I'm Jorgs. How are you all doing out there, roasters?
Yeah,
I'm calling you all roasters now.
Oh, good.
Do we have a better name for our fans or our haters?
Beans?
Roasted beans?
Yeah, the beans.
Our beanies.
Yeah, beanies, yes.
Our
roasted beanies. Our stewed and roasted beanies.
Thank you for indulging us. we always see. I want to apologize again because I think we've apologized for the last 3 episodes now, where we've done it late.
Well, is it late? We have to, quantify all the data of the previous month. We got to let it, rise to the top, the crema, let it settle a bit,
sort of.
And
I mean, this wasn't really a good month.
Okay, that's the truth. Is this month sucked in terms of releases?
It did. But guys, what I would like to ask you guys to do is, take some time and find something that you want to watch. And that's what we hope you guys do every month. Is just, regardless of what we say, because what we say doesn't really.
Yeah, we found movies that we don't want to watch. We want you to watch the ones that you do want to watch.
But we also watch movies that we like. I think everybody needs to be able to do that.
Yes. Find the movies that you want to enjoy and enjoy them.
Yeah. And without further ado, Scotty, I think people deserve to listen to the music that they want to listen to.
Let me do a little solo right now.
Peel back the curtain, set the scene, bring out the film reels and ground coffee. Elizabeth Taylor, all sugar and spice. Rambo ripping heads off cause he's not very nice. Robert Redford's running from the cops. Scarlett Johansson showing her acting chops. Samuel Jackson got that fine diction, roasting everyone in Pulp Fiction. Doc and Marty escaping through time, playing chess with the Wookiee, put your life on the line. Velma and Louise are driving coast to coast. Why is this important? It's time for a film roast.
Yes.
Yes. I have a female voice.
Yes. That was. We're legally not allowed to say that it was Scotty's voice, but
yes.
But as a bit, I'm willing to say that it was.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I'm not really saying it's me. Maybe my armpit. Who knows? So let's do a box office breakdown, Jordan.
Yes, let's do a box office breakdown, Scotty.
Okay. Well, we already said quite clearly that there wasn't much releases in the last month, and there was some releases. There was some, but not completely devoid.
Yeah, there were some.
But not many of them were successful. So before we get to the top 10, I'll just quick shout out to the movies that didn't make it.
Yes.
The bad horror movies.
The bad horror movies.
There are bad horror movies on this list, but there are bad horror movies that didn't make this list. And, I mean, one of them's okay. So The Conjuring 2, 3. Whatever.
Conjuring 3,
yeah.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
I just remember the trailer because it had this guy that was like covered in blood
walking down the street.
Yeah.
I think I've done something terrible. Yeah. Yeah, no.
The devil made him do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the movie in a nutshell.
Yes.
And 6 Minutes to Midnight didn't make the list, which is the period piece about Eddie Izzard being a
That's
principal.
right. And yeah, it was not well received, as far as I understand
it. It was very averagely received.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and The Courier, which was okay.
I think war films. Yeah, it's difficult.
It
is.
You
know what I mean? Because it's such a, it's such a genre that everyone's done.
It is. It's kind of like they always have the same theme. So I feel like conspiracy movies as well. They have this.
Yeah.
They have to have certain things in them that don't necessarily work for the movie.
But The Courier, as far as war film, because it is a war film.
It is a spy. It's a Cold War film. Yeah.
It's a Cold War film. It works. I enjoyed it. I thought that was good.
I liked it too.
But yeah, continue on with
and the last one that I'm not going to talk about because it didn't make the top 10, so I'm going to mention it now, was The Unholy. But
The Unholy. Yeah. I haven't heard or seen anything about it.
Yeah, that's because it was a bad horror movie.
Yeah, it just sounds. From what I gather, it looks like a horror film that people who enjoy like just horror, like horror aficionados might find something to like.
You know how Blumhouse makes like 5 good movies? It's one of the other 5. That's how I see it.
Yeah, so 1 good movie and 5 other movies.
Yeah.
That may not be as planned out. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so let's get a top 10.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We need our bad movies to make our good movies look better.
Well, I mean, people enjoy bad movies legitimately.
We do. Speaking of bad movies, top 10, starting off with Godzilla vs. Kong.
Is number 10?
It's number 10.
It's a holdover from the last 2 months.
Yeah. I kind of think that says a lot about what's come.
But also, like, we haven't. This month's been fairly dead in terms of film releases. Like, we haven't had a lot.
We're going to say it over and over again. It's just this film has
Yeah.
had nothing in terms of big stuff. So number 9, of course, is also left holdover. It's Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yep, from last month.
Which did you prefer? Just curious out, Lee. Mortal Kombat or Godzilla vs. Kong?
God.
Now you've had time to stew.
I prefer I prefer scenes of each over.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
I'm the
like,
same. It's like there are parts
the-
of each movie that I
the
enjoyed.
ocean fight scene between Kong and Godzilla
Yeah.
was really well done, and I love that. I don't like any like I'm not gonna say I hate everything else about that film because I don't, but like it just wasn't for me. The rest of the movie just didn't gel. I couldn't make sense of it. It didn't make any sense to me. Same with Mortal Kombat. There were
individual
some
scenes,
scenes that were really interesting and well done, but the rest of the film did not make any sense to me, and I couldn't make sense of it.
And I know I have friends who are like, oh, I love this part, and I love this part. Then they're going to do this and this, and it's like, no, that's not what's interesting to me about the Mortal Kombat movie or the Godzilla vs Kong. It's like I can't get to that fandom level to push past all its terribleness.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting past stuff, Tom and Jerry is at number 8.
Yes, I've given you I've given you some notes to remember what the films are about too.
Yeah, Hotel of Horrors.
Yes. Okay, well, I'll tell you what it's about.
Yeah, you do.
It's
'cause-
about it's set in a hotel where Jerry hides. Like, he basically lives there,
Mhm.
and this Chloe Grace Moretz plays this thief and charlatan who gets a job there inexplicably for no reason. And there's a big wedding coming up between Indian
I
royalty.
mean, Chloe
And
Grace.
it's a mess.
It's a mess. Chloe Grace Moretz, Tom, and Jerry are all forgettable.
Yes, unfortunately.
That's the movie in a nutshell.
Unfortunately.
But I mean, I have
again,
lovely
I mean, if you're
memories.
looking to babysit your kids,
Yeah, I have lovely memories of the original Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
I remember there was a Tom and Jerry short before I think the first or second Pokemon movie. I remember really enjoying
Yeah.
that. It's like it was great. It was like so. There are parts of Tom and Jerry that speak to me.
classic. Yeah. Memorable characters, not so memorable film.
Speaking
What's
of,
next on the?
yeah, you could say it was beating a dead horse. And speaking of being a dead horse, Spiral from the House
You're
of
on
Saw.
fire.
I've been on many a segue, but yeah, Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson get paid to be in a movie.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
I think. I don't know. Samuel Jackson. I've read an interview with Samuel Jackson about this film in particular.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because the reason why he does film now is basically to do something that he hasn't done before.
Oh, that's good.
And so in the film, there's a scene where he does a stunt that he has not done before. And that's the reason why he did it.
Well, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Sometimes you need a proper lightsaber. Sometimes you need to get rid of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Yeah. And sometimes you
Get a paycheck.
get a paycheck. So yeah.
Yep.
That's what was that? Number 7?
That was number 7. Number 6, we go to Australia. Oh,
A what?
yes. We have another new Australian movie about being forgetful. No, not really. But June Again.
I haven't seen this film. To be honest, I haven't even seen it advertised in our cinemas here, which is
No.
interesting. Kind of sad, really, since it's a homegrown film. You'd think that there'd be more.
I mean, it's even got one of Australia cinema's darlings and Stephen Curry in the movie. So
Not
it's
just Stephen Curry. It's
Yeah.
got what's her name from Play School?
yes, the Play School lady.
The Play School lady.
Yeah.
I grew up watching her as a kid in the 90s.
I watched Sesame Street.
I'm so old.
Uh-huh.
But yes, I don't really have an opinion here or there of it.
No, it's
Other than like, yay, Australia, I guess.
yeah, it's passable. From what I heard, it's a passable movie, which is good. We need passable movies, not shit ones. Okay. And speaking of shit movies, I'm now going to segue to Jordan. You can go to the next one.
Oh, great. I can't read it, so you're going to have to
Peter
tell me.
Rabbit 2.
Oh, fuck off. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm getting out of here.
That's what we think of Peter Rabbit 2. Now, a movie that actually you do want to talk about, Those Who Wish Me Dead, starring Angelina Jolie.
I do want to talk about Those Who Wish Me Dead, starring Angelina Jolie. Tyler Sheridan directs, and it features some fantastic performances. But the best part that I love about this movie,
Yes.
right? And we were talking about
We were talking about something.
bad movies that are fun to watch.
Yes.
This movie is almost a carbon copy, an outline, if you will, of the big, action set piece films from the late 80s to early 90s.
Yes.
So John Carpenter, his action films. You have Shane Black's action films,
Die Hard.
Lethal Weapon, that kind of stuff. This is basically that.
Uh-huh.
Carbon copied of an outline of that, and it's starring Angelina Jolie as the action star. And I fucking enjoyed myself.
That's all that matters.
And Tyler Sheridan to me has always been a tight director. Like he makes things like work.
He reminds me of Greengrass.
Paul Greengrass, except without shaky cam, which I appreciate because I'm not a big fan of shaky cam.
Greengrass doesn't even do shaky cam all the time.
No, but he does it a lot.
And he's the guy who started it.
Yeah.
With the Bourne.
Yeah.
But yes.
But yeah, he's a very and one of the things that I love about Tyler Sheridan is one of his quotes is he's allergic to exposition.
Oh, good.
Which is something that I appreciate.
And we'll get into it in 2 movies' time.
Yes, we will. But yeah, go if you haven't seen Those Who Wish Me Dead, go see it because it's fun. It's not asking you to think too much, but it's also not like talking down to you as an audience member.
I'll also say this: between the top 3 and the ones below it, there's a big drop off in terms of people who've gone and see these movies.
Yeah,
so
I bet.
Go and see them. Number 3 is a movie that wasn't seen a lot either, which is Wrath of Man. Guy Ritchie's latest team up with Jason Statham.
Yes, an action film. And I haven't seen it yet either.
The problem is,
haven't had the chance.
That's the thing. It's like we haven't had a chance to see these movies because either there's something else on we'd rather watch, or we don't.
Or the cinema just doesn't have time.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've noticed that a lot.
And it's just gotten worse because of if you're not aware, here in Australia, down south, COVID has kind of crept back into society.
And even though it's not affecting us directly, there's just more people want to not do anything.
I mean, at the beginning of the month, we had a mini lockdown because somebody...
2 cases.
2 cases here in New South Wales.
It was untrackable for a while.
Yeah, and so that was a bit of a concern. And so, masks were put back into place and restrictions on how many people in rooms for a week or 2 weeks or something. And it sucks that this has to happen, but it does have to happen. So, but really, during that time, I went to my local JB Hi-Fi.
Yep.
I purchased some of the new release Blu-rays, and I sat down and watched a few of them.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I watched Synchronic, which we talked about earlier this year. And I also watched Another Round, which I think is kind of my favorite film that I've seen this year so far. It's up there. It's one of them. It's just a really nice story. And it's really well shot.
I do love Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen is fucking brilliant in this movie. So it's out here in Australia, and I'm sure it's out almost everywhere else because we're kind of the last people to
if you
get
can't find it somewhere
here.
online to stream it, go to your local DVD outlet, and I'm sure they'll have it available.
Yes.
And now to talk to them about the movie that we're trying to avoid talking about, Cruella, which we just saw.
We did. Well, I saw.
I walked out of several times. The thing is, I came back every single time I walked out
just to see what was going on,
and nothing had changed. So I left again because this about 45 minutes in, this movie just stops and does the same thing consistently again and again and again until the end
it definitely
of the movie.
has a lot of tropes hard baked into the soul of this movie that you'd find in almost every other film. And by that I mean any genre. There's just tropes there of every genre, and it's you guys were really trying to market this to as many people as possible without thinking about the story.
Well, I've got some notes. And
okay. We got notes now.
I didn't even finish them. I mean, I finished them well before the film had
I'm going to
ended.
let you speak because
they're all relevant.
I want to say, I just want to say, even though I wasn't a big fan of this movie, I can see so much hard.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what? I can see I can see so much hard work, and I don't want to disparage people who work on these movies.
I agree,
but it's I did not enjoy Cruella
Cruella.
Cruella.
Okay, it's overambitious to the point of highlighting how little time Craig Gillespie had time to direct this film.
Yes.
Because he,
Well, allegedly he wasn't the first
No, he
choice of
wasn't.
director,
He
and the
wasn't.
other what happened?
the other guy had scheduling conflicts, so it's
Uh.
like he pulled out. And this movie seemed like a movie he should be making.
Yeah.
There's more time put into the background of every single scene than what's actually going on in front of the camera.
Mm.
And it's more style than substance.
Yeah.
That's the. I mean, the thing is, there are fantastic performances in this movie
There are.
that in a better movie would be like really good. But because the rest of the movie's trash, like Emma Stone's fantastic, Emma Thompson's fantastic. There are moments where what Jasper and Horace are great. They're just moments when they're nothing, but that's because the film doesn't give them chances to do the things they actually need to do to actually have proper character arcs. They're sort of stuck in a loop, an endless loop in the middle of this movie where they're going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and doing
Yeah.
these things. These sequences. There are sequences, but no scenes, no actual arcs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I definitely was not paying attention to the film while I was watching.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't trying. I just found myself sometimes lying there looking up at the ceiling,
Mhm.
just thinking about something else.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that as a dig. I'm genuinely saying I was not able to pay attention
Yeah,
to
there's
this
so many
movie.
things in the movie that are trying to grab your attention that you aren't paying attention to it.
Well, my theory is whenever a film does that, where it's just oversaturated with content,
Yeah.
it gets you. And like you said, after the first 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you kind of just phase out of this movie. And I think the reason is when a film kind of throws all of this information at you, your brain gets used to all of this information, and then it stops giving you that information, and then you tune out because your brain was like, oh, all this information is coming through. Okay, yep, I'm accepting. Where's the rest of it?
Yeah.
There's no more information? What are you talking about? How am I supposed to keep going with this movie if there's no more? Like, it's being consistent with giving your audience what you're going to give them
It's like you give
in the
it a
first scene.
massive
You know what I mean?
meal. It's like you give them this massive feast, but everything tastes exactly the same.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Two things I think films should stop doing. Number one is just the egregiously boring voiceover that's unnecessary. When a voiceover is telling you what's happening in a scene that you're seeing with your eyes, it's a wasted voiceover.
Yeah, this film is sort of sewed together with a narration and pop songs.
But sort of, it kind of just phases in and out. And I've complained about pop songs before, so that's not my second thing. But my second thing is at the end of a film, when a character who isn't the main character asks the main character, so what you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Fuck off. That's such a, I mean, you can shoehorn that line into any film.
Yeah.
Any film, anywhere, and then claim that you've set it up for a sequel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like when you get to the end of an essay, it's like, in conclusion, all these irrelevant things that I've said before mean this.
Also, I'm going to be writing a new essay later on.
Yeah.
Tune in for that one. And I think it's just, I don't blame Gillespie or, the writers or anything like that for that, because it feels like it's a production thing. Like producers decided, well, we need to leave the door open for a sequel because we got to do that now. Like it's a thing, and so they did that, and this is the result of just marketing, pure marketing. And I don't have a problem with that, but it's very noticeable.
I
in
have
this
more
movie.
hope for it on this movie than I did with Ascendant. I'll leave it at that.
Wow, that's saying more about Ascendant than anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what was that? Number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2. What was number 1?
Number 1, a movie that we both saw together at the cinema, A Quiet Place Part 2.
Amazing.
Yes, it is amazing.
Amazing. I would not call this a straight horror.
Well, no.
I wouldn't even really call it a horror. I think it's much more of a drama thriller.
Yeah, it's sort of like a survival movie.
Even then,
it's not a disaster movie.
I think survival films have developed this this really annoying thing of
like cliche, you mean?
Of just relentlessness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Like Tom Hanks
They put you
is
and they punch you while you're down. You just keep
yeah,
kicking.
yeah. But Tom Hanks is Survivor. Is it Survivor? No, it's not Survivor.
Castaway.
Castaway. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. Castaway. Of course it's Castaway. It's not fucking Survivor. Tom Hanks's Castaway does this, but it does it really well in that, you know, it it's just this horrible thing of errors where everything just keeps getting worse and worse for the main character until he finally gets saved. Yeah. So I have a big problem with survival films, and yes, A Quiet Place 2 does this at a point where it draws out this dramatic moment to and it's my biggest criticism of the film, but it still doesn't hinder the film.
So there's a plot point what you're trying to say is there's a plot
I don't want
point
to spoil it for anybody.
that the movie's trying to get to, and it sort of drags itself into getting to that plot point.
Yeah, and it does so deliberately to enhance the audience's experience, and I understand that. I get that.
It sort of gets away with it because it's threading the other plot points that is in character arcs at the same time without giving too much away.
Yeah, I would also like to point out how I've seen this method of storytelling where you have, you know, your A plot and your B plot happening at the same time, and the big moments of both A and B plot happen at the same time.
Yeah,
and you cut between them. And so many films don't do it right.
Yeah.
Quiet Place 2 does it right.
It does do it right, and it's hard to do right. It's actually really hard to do.
Another film that does it right is Arrival.
Yes.
Arrival does a very similar thing as a drama, though, not as an action thriller.
And also the Arrival is sort of the whole storyline is built around the circularness.
Around.
Yes.
Around.
If you haven't seen Arrival, please go and see Arrival.
You have to see Arrival.
Film. We were talking beforehand. It's like the amount of good films we've had in the last 5 years. It's like we actually can't believe how many good films we've had.
Yeah.
And we should go back and watch them because I think we get lost in it. It's like I loved Whiplash, I loved Arrival, I loved we more recently had Promising Young Woman and Nomadland. We had these great movies. Parasite. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Parasite. I've watched Parasite 4 times.
Yeah, I've seen it twice
out.
since we've talked about it last.
Yeah, and it's
unless we talked about it last podcast. But.
Oh, it's such a good film.
It is.
But yeah, we have been absolutely fucking spoiled the last 15 years.
Yeah.
For really good film.
But that just means when we get to a month like May where we've had hardly any movie releases at all, and the ones that we have got are mostly shit.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Not shit. It's just rushed. I feel like I feel like this COVID year has really laid waste to a lot of potentially really good ideas in terms of filmmaking.
Oh, also the movies we're all looking forward to keep getting pushed back and pushed back.
Yeah.
This month we should finally get Black Widow.
Yes. Yay. Black Widow is finally coming out. And I hope we get some answers as to like what is she like not like I know it's set in a different time period than when she goes in Avengers, but I'm kind of hoping that we get some, I don't know, closure, because it feels weird from a production standpoint, from Disney's point of view, Marvel's point of view. It feels weird to go and here have a Black Widow film after she's, you know, and it doesn't, like, in my brain, it doesn't make sense to do that unless you've got more of a future for that character.
Yeah.
This
feels like a coming together of, we know this character meant a lot of the stuff to a lot of people. Yeah, we killed them off. But here is our finale. This is our celebration of this character.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
And then we've got Eternals. And if you haven't seen, there is a trailer online for the Eternals, and it looks fucking great. Chloe Zhao is an amazing director. She has this fantastic taste in cinematography, and I fucking love what she's doing.
Are we getting Eternals or Shang-Chi first? I actually don't know.
I think we're getting Eternals first.
Okay.
I think. I'm not entirely certain about that. But also, I've seen some, because I haven't seen, we haven't seen a full trailer for Shang-Chi yet.
Yes, we have.
A full trailer. I remember seeing a teaser.
Okay, maybe we've had a teaser.
But I haven't seen a full trailer yet.
But that's what the Eternals was.
And I think I'm pronouncing that wrong as well. I think it's, they did pronounce it, like the actor came forward and actually did a video on how to pronounce it, and I'm pretty sure we're pronouncing it wrong.
Yeah.
Which is shitty of us.
Yeah, it is.
I'm excited for that as well. I'm very excited for that. Also, next month, Snake Eyes.
Yes.
Which is, I think it is actually going to be quite good.
Mhm.
There are some actors in that I've been following for some time now who are like now kind of getting onto the big stage. And I'm like, fuck yes, because they are really good
It's
actors.
good. It's good to hear successful people. I mean, successful stories about people you like. So
Yeah. And it's based on it's based on G.I. Joe. And I know what you're all saying. Oh no, not another G.I. Joe film.
There's
And
only been
I
two.
get it. I understand the because it was a less successful Transformers.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's kind of a nice thing about it. It's Transformers just kept going on and on and on.
Yeah.
It just bled all over the place.
But I mean, the first film was
Okay.
so poorly received that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who played the main villain in that movie,
yeah,
did not come back for the sequel.
Yeah.
Which is like it was not well received, and I yeah. But this is being made by a different group of people, different director, and it's also it looks to be trying to be a little bit more authentic to the Asian characters that are a part of the G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes story.
which has become a lot more important to.
And I
film,
think it is the best fucking thing in the world. I have problems
Mhm.
with. I just want to say, people who complain about how woke films are becoming. I've heard several complaints from several different people.
Yeah.
About and people in the industry as well that I've overheard.
Mhm.
Not like huge famous people, but people who are like on around my level in
Yes.
the industry complaining about it. And I want to point out the fact that equality actually does help all of us.
Yeah, it does, and especially on big screen in terms of when you see something, it's important that mixed characters. I mean, we just watched Cruella, and a lot of the characters, there's a lot more colored characters than you would have
Yes.
seen normally in a movie
But
like that.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
they are relegated to minor and unimportant characters.
Or characters that aren't
im-
important to this movie, but maybe more important
Yeah,
to something else.
but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what
Like
you mean.
it's I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a cop out. And there's been like there was another film, and I'm not going to mention what it is because there's been a lot of talk about how it's handling equality in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Where they've kind of
Okay, now you're almost giving it away now.
well,
so.
they've covered their quota.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
I know
They've
what you
covered their quota and they're not doing any more.
Yeah.
And so, I overheard an actor say the other day that it's like it's a bad time to be a white actor, and I just thought, what the fuck, dude? Like, no, that's not
not
how
what it
this
means.
that's
No.
not how this works. Because if we open the doors to more people who get into the audition room
Mhm.
from multiple different ethnic backgrounds and everything, not only will that force producers to start to ramp up how many things that they make because of how many people they're working with,
Yeah.
and how many businesses become more interested in what they're doing because of that.
Yeah.
But we also get more content. We will eventually get more content. But the way that it is now, I think so many people in positions of power who are a certain race and a certain skin color don't want things to change because they're used to their salary of however many dollars a year. They could be earning so much more than that if they just took a hit for a couple of years and just produced more stuff for more different people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they'd get so much more money. So it's there is a
Well,
there is a quote, there was a quote by Mr. Sheen, Senior, and he says the best way to help yourself is to help others first,
Yes, it is.
and that's 100% accurate.
Just to go and explain a bit more about the whole woke controversy, because it's not mostly people in the industry. It's actually mostly wars on Twitter that are going on.
Yeah. And
so
we all know Twitter is an accurate representation of the
Exactly.
world we live in.
That's the sad thing.
Sarcasm.
There's a reason I don't use Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of it. It's a lot of people complaining on one side or the other, and that the perceived influence of it, because there isn't necessarily any influence.
Yeah.
I think that's what people complain about more.
Yeah, yeah, and I get that, but like, you guys are just bitching for the sake of like
Oh yes, exactly.
people on Twitter, and this is like people who have blown up on Twitter have confessed this and said this on. I've seen a viral tweet of somebody saying,
Uh-huh.
you know, um, okay, like when are we going to get back at screaming at each other and and all this other shit, and people like that because it's so fucking true.
Yeah.
And that's like the problem with Twitter is it's a microcosm of aggression
Yes.
of both sides.
Uh-huh.
And so you let it bubble over inside this like not a controlled environment by any means. It's a
No.
chaotic environment, but it's a closed off environment.
Yeah.
And I think that's also one of the reasons why Twitter, I don't like, I think most people when they post on that about like this, that, or the other thing,
Anything. Yeah.
they get over it pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so if it was like something that would fester and fester,
Mhm.
I'd be more worried. Like Facebook, for instance, like you've got Facebook has closed groups where you can go
Oh yeah.
and talk to people who believe the same thing as you. And in my opinion, that is way more dangerous
Mhm.
because you're basically just it's an echo chamber. You're filling your head with your own ideas, and when you do that, you start to be less inclined to listen to anybody.
I
that
mean,
thinks
it's not just
differently.
Facebook. There are through Reddit
No, it
and
isn't.
other.
I mean, Reddit has
Reddit is-
groups as
yeah.
well. 4chan is one of the worst of the lot. But yeah, internet bad, outside good. People go
Talk to normal people.
go talk to people in person because internet sucks.
And just be open to that. Maybe you're wrong. That's the other thing.
Yes, maybe you are wrong.
And that's fine.
And on that note, let's go on to our next segment.
Yeah. Because the reason we didn't see some shit movies this month is because we saw some other ones.
Yes.
And some good ones.
And some bad ones. Mostly bad ones.
Some that are pretty fast.
No, I'm not saying that. Others are furious.
Yeah.
That's right. We are going to talk about The Fast and the Furious.
Why do we do this to ourselves? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today
it is us.
Yes.
We're doing a special thing. It's our special thing. You know what it is.
Yes.
You faithful dozen. You apostles of the Film Roast podcast.
you minions who have followed us into this war.
Thank you so much, by the way,
Oh,
for doing that.
We do.
Today, like we did allude to it before, but the Fast and Furious franchise is having a new edition next month.
It is. It is having its youngest born, the 9th son, come into the world, and we are partaking in all the 8th previous sons to prepare for it.
Yes, we did. We did already.
Yeah.
And what we were going to do was we were going to just talk about them. But I thought, fuck that.
Because there's no substance.
No, well, I mean, there's just no substance. There's no reason why we should be talking about it when
We could easily talk
we
about it, but it's not.
could have a quiz about it instead.
Exactly. So what we want to do is we're doing a slightly off-the-wall drinking game where we've got 30 questions prepared. Please play along at home.
Yes.
If you've got drinks available, pause the podcast, go get yourself some drinks.
If you drink. If you don't drink, I have this neat little trick if I don't want to drink or if other people that I'm with don't want to
Mhm.
have a drinking game. I say, all right, you're going to do exercises.
Oh,
So-
exercises.
So
That's
pick
good.
so pick an exercise
Plank for a minute.
and plank for a minute or do 10 push-ups or 10 sit-ups or
good,
10
good.
squats every time you get a question wrong.
Or drink salt water.
Or drinks. Oh no, don't do that. That'll make
Brine
you
is
vomit.
horrid.
That's-
Pickle juice. Pickle juice.
Okay, yeah, pickle juice if you want to
Yes,
do that. I think that's worse than alcohol. But
I do too.
so what we've got here is a generic quiz that I found.
What's the source? Give us the source.
Howstuffworks.com.
Okay.
And I'm guessing they're going to tell us how the Fast and the Furious films work.
Just to clarify, Jordan and I have pre-prepped ourselves.
Yes. Yeah, we played Mario Kart.
Yes, which is the best way to get drunk.
It's car related, which I think is perfect.
We were fast, we were furious, and there was a lot of blue shells involved.
and a lot of swearing. So we covered both Fast and Furious.
Mushrooms, nos, same thing.
Yep. Honestly. So without further ado, let's get into this quiz.
Okay, question 1, hit us.
Question 1, I think is fairly easy.
Oh dear.
What car does Dom have waiting in his garage in The Fast and the Furious? Is it a 1971 Plymouth Barracuda, a 1971 Dodge Demon, or a 1970 Dodge Charger? I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to choose.
Okay, I've completely forgotten, which is fantastic. I'm going to lock in C.
Dodge Charger?
A Dodge Charger.
1970 Dodge
That's what
Charger.
I thought before I heard the answers. So,
It sounds it sounds right
but
to
the
me.
Barracuda then came up, so I was like, probably wrong.
Ooh. So I'm going to go with Dodge Charger as well because
Okay.
immediately it sounds right. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
That's what was in
Dodge,
my brain.
Dodge in my brain. The word Dodge is immediately followed by the word Charger.
That's a classic Dodge.
Yes, it is.
Massive muscle car.
Let's go with Dodge Charger.
And are we wrong? Are we wrong? Are we wrong?
We are correct.
Oh, damn it. So no drinks for us. But if you did get it wrong, take a drink, take your
Swig it.
punishment game.
Do it. Correct answer. The Charger is destroyed by the end of the movie.
Yes.
So it's a one movie thing.
Let's be honest. A lot of the cars in this film franchise, they get destroyed.
Yes. In this film franchise, they do. The second question, ladies and gentlemen, what is the name of the drugstore that Dom's family owns and where his sister Mia works?
Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to need to hear the answers for this one.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this right. Papa's Place. That's answer one.
Yeah.
Toretto's Market or Speedwagon.
Oh, I'm going to go for Speedwagon.
You're going to go Speedwagon?
Come on, give us a different answer. You got to be different.
I'm going to be different because
Yep.
I don't think it is Speedwagon, but I'm probably wrong. I'm going to go with Papa's Place.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Papa's Place.
Tell us the answer.
All right, okay. Oh no, we were both wrong.
Yes, it was in fact Toretto Market.
Toretto's Market. All right,
So-
we got to take a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chink.
There we go.
And swig. Okay.
All right. That's
Hopefully-
question 2. We're drinking. We've already taken a drink.
I mean, we're drinking a delicious beverage of the Peroni Leggera
because we're
carbon-
pussies.
But whatever, we hope you've chosen a delicious beverage, no matter what.
Choose what you drink.
Okay, next.
Third question: why does Brian agree to work for the FBI in Too Fast, Too Furious? Why does Brian agree to
Okay.
work for the FBI in Too Fast, Too Furious?
So there's several answers.
Yes, there is, but here I'm going to read them out. What they've got here. If he helps the bureau, this is question answer 1. If he helps the bureau take down a drug lord, it'll clear the criminal record he acquired in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, the FBI has a garage full of classic cars that will be at his disposal. Number 3, the bureau will reveal the location of Mia to him if he joins its task force. I feel like I already know this.
I know the answer, but I'll let you go first this time.
I'm going to go number 1.
Yeah. So number 2 is actually the answer to 4, I'm pretty certain, because he just, or no, was it 5, where he just gets a car and he's allowed to drive it no matter where.
Yeah, something like that.
But
I'm pretty sure
yes,
this
it's
happens
1.
in number.
I'm going with the first answer as well.
Yeah. So let's go with that one. And we are correct.
Oh, what a shocker.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you got that wrong, take a drink, do a sit-up.
What is the
Do
unique thing
a
about Fast and
push-up.
Furious 2?
What is the...
There's no Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Only movie with no
Well, there's
Vin
none
Diesel.
of them. None of that family. None of
Yeah.
the Torettos are in this.
Yep.
And by that, I'm including their crew as well.
Yep.
The only person from number 1 that's in it is
Brian.
Brian.
And then this thingy as well, Roman.
Roman.
Yeah, Roman's the
He's not in the first one, though.
No, but he's in the second one.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
though. Nobody from the first one,
Oh,
apart from
and,
Brian, is in the second one.
I can't remember the
You're drunk.
Yes.
We're moving on. Let's go to the next question. The next question. In Fast and Furious, and this is where it's going to get confusing, I feel, because there are 3 films in this franchise that are named very similarly.
Yeah, it's a Fast and Furious, yeah.
In Fast and Furious, Dominic returns to Los Angeles because someone was... Oh, fuck off. This is too easy.
Yeah, we know the
His
answer.
friend Brian or his girlfriend Letty or his sister Mia. It's
Letty dies.
Yeah, we know that.
And she
That's
comes back to
fucking
life
easy.
and
I
it's
am not
retconned.
drinking nearly as much as
I'm going to drink to
I
that
was-
because it's a stupid question. How about
Okay,
that?
fair enough. Let's drink to that.
Okay.
I'm not going to clink.
If you do not know that answer, you're an idiot.
That's right, folks. You heard it here first. You are an idiot.
Okay, continuing on.
Where do Dom, Mia, and Brian head at the beginning of Fast 5?
That's a good question.
London,
Okay, no, you're not.
Miami,
It's 3.
Or Rio de Janeiro.
I'm not even answer. I wasn't going to hear the third answer.
So we're going to
because I
go
know the third
Rio
answer.
de Janeiro?
I'm going Rio de Janeiro.
Okay,
I'm
you
drinking.
are correct. You're drinking for that.
Mhm.
All right, fine. Whatever.
Okay. An easy question does not mean you deserve not to drink.
What does Dom's crew rob criminal mastermind Reyes in Fast Five? How does Dom's crew rob criminal mastermind Reyes in Fast Five?
Okay, this is actually very funny.
They rip the vault holding his money directly out of the police station by pulling it with their cars. They send the entire building holding the cash into orbit on a rocket, then recover it later when it lands in the desert. They drive a train hauling his money off the tracks and into the underground bunker. That obviously number one.
No, obviously number. To be fair, 3. There is elements of 3 in the opening sequence,
And also number 2, I'm 100% certain is going to happen in the next Fast and Furious movie.
it probably will.
Where they shoot a rocket and they escape.
Look
That is the
forward to it.
correct answer.
Oh, shocker. Well, I feel like that one at least. There was the third answer and the first answer was sort of red herring there. So I'm not going to drink to that one.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
I'm wearing a blanket at the
What
moment.
was your favorite Fast and Furious movie? by
My
the way?
favorite is Fast and Furious, I believe, which is number 4. I believe it is the most solid Fast and Furious film. The characters' motivations make sense. The plot makes sense. The story arc makes sense. The cars are fast. The action sequences are okay. Also, in Fasts 1 to 3, the action sequences aren't up to par yet.
Yeah.
Whereas they jump the gun later on. In 4, I feel is the perfect mesh of realism and entertainment.
Fair. That's a good answer. Okay, I'm going to switch things up a bit, and it's going to get harder from here.
Good. Better
It's
be.
going to get harder from here. Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
Apart from Dom and Brian, which character has starred in the most films? Is it Roman? Is it Letty? Is it Mia? Or is it Han?
Oh,
Yeah, this is difficult. That's really fucking difficult.
I think it's Roman. I'm going to go for Roman.
You're gonna go for Roman?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Letty.
You're going to go Letty?
I'm gonna go Letty.
Okay. What is the answer?
Let's take a look. Oh my god, we were both wrong. Let's take a drink.
It's Han.
It was Mia.
It was Mia.
Mia was in the most.
Okay. Drinks up, guys.
Okay, this is good. Now
That was a good question.
Now we're
That
starting
was
to
a
get,
good question.
Now we're starting to get somewhere.
We should have actually worked it out in our minds.
Yeah. How did Dom and Mia's father die?
Oh, shit.
Because this is mentioned in the
Yeah.
in the movies. Is it stock car race accident, or is it shot by gang members? Is it heart attack, or is it a drug overdose?
I'm going to say completely out left field. Shot by gang members.
Shot by gang. I'm gonna say stock car race accident
Well,
because that seems like
the most obvious answer.
most obvious. Because heart attack. I mean, it could be a heart attack, but it doesn't really pull at the.
That seems lame answer.
It doesn't really pull at the heartstrings the way that a car movie should. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And a drug overdose seems way too dark for the series.
Brilliant, but dark.
Yes.
Continue. What is the answer?
Okay, the answer it is stock car race accident.
Oh, well, I'll drink up then.
There you go.
I took a left field guess and
You
I
did.
paid for it.
Yes, you did. That you did.
Next question.
Next question. What did Brian and Mia name their son? And I'm not going to know this at all. I'm lost.
I think I remember.
Is it Han or is it Dom? Is it Jesse or is it Jack?
I think it's Dom.
You think it's Dom? I'm going to throw caution to the wind and I'm going to say Jack.
Okay.
It's Jack.
It's Jack. Well, I was wrong. I'll take another drink.
Oh.
I'll be honest. I had locked in Dom, but when I heard Jack, I sort of double guessed myself.
Yeah.
But maybe I
Yeah.
should actually change my answer.
Oh, this is going to be difficult.
Okay, continue.
Actually, it might not be so difficult. Which location has the Fast and Furious franchise not visited yet?
Okay. Oh, I like this one.
Is it Los Angeles? Is it New York? Is it London? Or is it Rio de Janeiro?
I have my answer.
I'm gonna strike off Rio de Janeiro because I think we know that it is featured in Fast and Furious,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? It is. I mean,
Mhm.
there was a question earlier where we answered
Okay,
Rio de Janeiro and it was correct.
I've locked in my answer in my head already.
Okay. London obviously is a big centerpiece in at least 2 of the movies.
Yep.
We know that. New York.
That's my answer.
Yeah, I'm feeling New York because Los Angeles.
We've
pretty
been there
sure.
twice.
Yeah, we've been there twice. So it's got to be New York, right? It is New York.
Uh-huh.
So if you didn't get that right, get to squatting.
We've been to London like 2 or 3 times as well.
Yeah. I mean, I just said that, Scotty.
Did you know the first GTA title that was not a numbered GTA title, Grand Theft Auto, was set in London?
Really?
Yeah, GTA London.
Is this the top-down pixel, voxel pixel thing?
Ancient thing, yeah.
Yeah, the first or second one.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that useless piece of information.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Next question.
Uh-huh.
This is an easy one though. This is very easy.
Mhm.
Which movie was the only one without Vin Diesel? Was it Fast and Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious,
I think I've
Tokyo
already
Drift,
answered this question.
or Fast 5? We haven't asked this question yet.
No, but I've already answered it.
Oh, yes, you have. And it's Tokyo Drift.
It's not.
Ugh.
It's Fast and Furious.
You
2.
are correct. It is Fast and
Take
Furious.
a drink. You got that wrong.
I got them confused.
So, just to clarify, he appears in a cameo right at the end of Fast 3.
That's right.
He's mentioned
Fast
in 2,
3.
but he's not not seen.
Yes, right. Wait, which one was Tokyo? Is that this?
Okay, so Tokyo Drift is the weird one where it's a whole new character, and
Oh, that's
Han's
right.
sort of a side character, but
See, I got
he's sort of the best character in the film. Though.
I got 20 minutes into Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
Before I bailed,
It's actually okay. I don't mind.
I skipped Tokyo Drift,
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
I went straight to.
So I
4?
actually think some of the best best worked stunts are in Tokyo Drift, but the film itself sucks. Han is the best character, and he's a side character,
Yeah.
but that's sort of every movie. Anyway, continue.
Next question: what is Dom and Mia's house number in LA?
1093 off the top of my head, something like that.
No,
It's not?
that number is not there.
Okay.
428.
Mhm.
Is it 7? Is it 1327? Or is it 1583?
It's one of the last two. 1583, I think.
1583. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with 1327 just to
Yeah, it's one of those
fuck
two.
things up. I got it right, and
Okay.
you have got it wrong.
Well, I knew it was one of those two.
It is 1327. Take a drink.
At the end of Fast 6, it sort of becomes a thing. Well, it already was a thing, but that's sort of why it becomes
what was the first movie based on?
a book.
Wait, let me read it out.
Okay, yeah.
Number 1, Point Break. Number 2,
Oh, okay.
the 1955 movie of the same name. Number 3, West Side Story. Number 4, a magazine article.
So it probably is magazine. I'm actually going to go Point Break because if you've
Okay.
seen Point Break, then you know
Yes,
it's
there
true.
are so many similarities.
Yes.
So many similarities.
It's Point Break and fast cars, but what is the actual answer?
The actual answer is a magazine article.
Okay, is that what your I didn't hear your answer.
No, I didn't answer, but I'm
Okay.
going to take a drink
Yeah,
anyway.
You see, I actually think I knew that, but
Mm.
if you've seen the film and you've seen Point Break, you know that the overlaps are ridiculous.
What agency does Kurt Russell's Mr. Nobody work for? CIA, FBI, NSA, or question mark?
I'm going to go with question mark.
You're gonna go? I'm gonna go with FBI.
Okay, you do that.
But it is indeed question mark.
Take a drink. It's a joke. It's a silly joke.
He was good in it though,
Oh, he's lovely.
but he's good in everything.
He is good at everything. He makes a good bad movie better.
Yes. Okay. What is Han's surname?
Oh, shit. This is going to make us feel bad, isn't it?
Seul O, Tran, It's Just Han, or Shepherd. I love It's Just Han.
Yeah.
Because it's in my head, I'm thinking, Han, It's Just Han. Like that's his name.
What were the first two options again?
Seul O or Tran.
I'm going to go with Seul O, but Tran is also a good option.
I'm going to go with Tran because I'm not sure if the creators were creative enough to think of an actual Korean last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to, we'll see how we go.
I'd love it to be just Tran.
They were. You were correct. I was wrong.
Okay. Take a drink.
Credit to the directors. They thought
I
of an actual
vaguely
last
remember
name.
the cast appearing. So I want to say this for Tokyo Drift. At the end of the movie, it has this thing. These stunts are not to be performed at home. And I'm so glad it did because there are so many people that I'm sure have tried those stunts at home and they are ridiculous, but still possible. And then the cast list does come up. Okay.
Okay.
KO.
I think I know this one.
Good.
Which lead actor has the longest time away between Fast and Furious films? Is
Ooh.
it Michelle Rodriguez? Is it Lucas Black? Is it Paul Walker? Or is it Vin Diesel? I think we can get rid of Paul Walker and Vin Diesel straight off the bat because
They're, in fact, Paul Walker's the least. Like,
yeah, he's in all of them aside from the last two.
Vin Diesel also has like between 1 and 3, so that's not big.
That's only one.
So we've got Rodriguez, who's got 1 film gap. Really?
Oh no, I think she's got 2.
2 film gap.
Yeah, because she was dead for a whole film.
Yeah. But that's it. But she's actually in the one she dies in. And
yeah.
She's in the one next after that.
Yeah, but she. Oh yeah, that's fair.
And then who's the other actor?
Lucas Black.
Is that Roman?
No. Lucas Black, I'm pretty sure, is from Tokyo Drift, the lead actor. from Tokyo
Okay,
Drift.
I'm gonna go with Lucas Black.
Oh, you think? You think that's gonna be Lucas Black?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go with Lucas Black too, which
Okay.
doesn't seem fair. But I already picked him as I was reading out the question,
Yeah. Well, fair.
so it is Lucas Black.
Oh, what a surprise.
What a smile that bloke has. I'm
Yeah.
looking at a photo of him. Look at him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a gangster. I mean, a thug. Let's be fair though; it's kind of awkward because Tokyo Drift takes place at the same time as Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
bit odd there.
Who has Brian known the longest?
Oh,
Is it
I know the answer.
Dom? Is it Roman? Is it Mia? Or is it Tej?
I know the answer. What's your answer?
I genuinely don't know. I'm gonna say Roman.
It is Roman. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I just remember them being like angry at each other in the second movie for
Yeah.
the first like little bit, and I was like, they got history.
They've known each other since primary school or something like that.
Ah, yeah, Roman. It is correct.
Yeah.
Next question: who was originally considered for the role of Hobbs?
Oh, interesting.
Is it Tommy Lee Jones? Is it Channing Tatum? Is it Bruce Willis? Or is it Gary Oldman?
I'm gonna say Bruce Willis. I have no idea.
Okay, cool. I do. I know exactly who it is.
Yep.
And it is, I think, Tommy Lee Jones.
It's a good choice. But who was the answer that's listed there?
Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay, well, I'll take a drink for being ignorant in this case. This is a good question. I like this.
It is. Tommy Lee Jones was approached to play this old, grizzled version of who he played in that the old Harrison Ford action thriller film.
Oh, okay. Patriots Act.
Not Patriots Act. No, it's the Manhunt movie.
Yeah. I know the one.
Yeah.
It's one of those though.
He played.
Harrison Ford.
They
Yeah,
wanted him
okay.
to play basically the same character
Okay.
in this, and he was supposed to have like a big monologue and everything. It was
Well,
really
let's be
cool.
fair. There's a lot of characters in this film series that have places in other places. Like, for example, Han's character actually first appeared in an other movie. So
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. Which is so weird.
it is, isn't it?
It's so strange because that movie has nothing to do
Absolutely nothing.
with Fast and Furious,
Same
aside from the
director.
director.
Yeah.
But even then, it's just so strange. Okay, here's another one that is going to be a little bit weird, bit strange. Which of these musical artists have not appeared in the Fast and Furious franchise?
Oh no! Come on,
Yeah.
because there's been a lot.
Yeah. Is it Rita Ora? Is it Ja Rule? Is it Chris Brown? Or is it Iggy Azalea?
Oh.
My instinct is telling me Iggy.
I'm gonna say Chris Brown simply because I hate his guts. And I'm
Such
kind
a
of hoping
weird
that
choice. Okay, let's I'm gonna click Chris Brown. You are correct, Scotty.
Yeah.
Holy shit, well done.
he's the most R&B of the lot, whereas the others all have the dancey sort of hip hoppy more.
I just didn't think Iggy Azalea was in it because she's so like in my brain she's really young. So I don't see her crossing.
She was young 10 years ago. Yeah.
like no, but like she was an it girl for like 6 months and then disappeared. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a lot of people, but yeah, do know exactly what you mean.
It's just weird because Rita Ora is a staple. She's been
Yeah.
in the business for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And same with Ja Rule and Chris Brown, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. What is the name of Sean's best mate in Tokyo Drift, played by Bow Wow?
Oh.
See, I think you got a better chance of knowing this than me.
Mhm.
Is it Rico? Is it Hector? Is it Cody or is it Twinkie?
I think it's Rico. That's the problem.
All right, I'm gonna
The
go with
names in that movie are so shit.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Twinkie because I like Twinkies. I've only
Really?
had one of them ever.
No, they're pretty meh, to be honest.
Well,
Sticky date pudding's way better.
Oh, fuck off, sticky date pudding.
I love sticky date
you
pudding.
fucking European trash
sticky date
son
pudding,
of a bitch.
hot with a bit of cream.
Go back to the UK.
Yum.
Go back
It's just yum.
and
It's comfort food.
cut off the European Union.
That's what That's what a Twinkie dreams of being. Perfect comfort food, and that's what sticky date pudding is. Now, tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Thank you. Now, what's the answer?
The answer is Twinkie.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm
Drink
gonna
up,
take a
bitch.
That's the problem.
Why did Tej decide to stop racing and become a gadget king? Number 1 was he banned. Number 2, he injured his leg. Number 3, he wasn't fast enough. Number 4, his best friend died
I'm gonna.
in a crash.
I have an answer.
I'm gonna say his best friend died in a crash because I don't fucking
I think
know.
it's he hurt his leg.
What a bitch move.
I know, but I might be wrong.
Alright.
What's the answer?
Yeah, he injured his leg.
Yeah,
Fucking little bitch.
he is a little
Alright,
bitch.
Tej.
He's actually a cool character, though. I actually think in terms of the
I
side
just hate how
characters,
fucking sexist he is. Like,
yeah.
he and Roman are the fucking worst.
But let's be honest, that's the writers breeding that into the movie.
yeah,
That's okay. Can we talk? Let's take a slight side here. Let's talk about Fast and Furious isms that is in every single movie. We have NOS in the car
Yeah.
races. We have hot chicks being hot chicks with mini skirts and short shorts.
I'm glad you shouted all of that out. That's fantastic.
Short shorts. I love short shorts.
Who likes short shorts? I like short shorts. Everyone likes short shorts.
Exactly. These are Fast and Furious isms. Whenever they appear on
Yes.
screen, it's like, this is a Fast and Furious film.
Yes, it is.
Some movie.
But also, like, I don't think that's a good reason. I think that's a terrible reason.
no, it's why you
literally
roll
like
your eyes at these films.
It's literally like a dickhead who like slaps chicks on the ass and calls them sweetie.
Yes.
Says, "Hey, it's my character, man. It's like that's me. You can't take away what's me." And it's
I
like, if
think-
that's you, get fucked.
I think the first does it best when there's the scene where one of the characters at the start, there's a lady who comes over and forces one of the races to grope her really, and she's like, "If you have me already, but if you win, you have her as well." And there's another lady who waves
That's
over,
right,
and then
fucking
after
hell.
he loses, she's like, "Don't touch me, you fucking lost, dude. Go away." So I think that film does it best.
Oh, hands up if you're here for Scotty being a Fast and Furious whore in the next movie.
I'll do it. Pay me and I'll do it.
That'd be good.
Well, I can play a trap. I'll shave, sure. I'll
so
put on the makeup.
glad I know that you know the meaning of that word.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Uh-huh.
We all love Dwayne Johnson as a no-nonsense government bounty hunter Hobbs. But what's his first name? Is it Tom? Is it David? Is it Richard? Or is it Luke?
I'm gonna lock in Richard.
You know, looking Richard? Oh, I'm going to go David. I'm going to go David.
Mhm.
Dick Hobbs has a nice ring to it, though.
That's why I picked it.
No, we're both wrong. It's Luke.
That was actually what I was thinking at
It's
the back of my head.
Luke. I don't think I've ever heard. Wow, Luke.
I think it's only mentioned once in all the films.
Hmm. Okay.
I
Oh,
hope you guys are doing well at home because we're suffering here. For
Not
you,
suffering.
for you.
just a little dizzy. What? Okay.
keep
I
going.
think this is going to be the same
Hmm.
question as before. I think this is going to be pretty easy.
Okay.
Well, not the same, but it's slightly different. What make is Dom's most treasured car?
Uh-huh.
Is it a 1970 Plymouth Barracuda, 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse,
No.
1970 Dodge Charger RT, or a 1967 Ford Mustang Fastback?
What do you? I've got my answer.
Yeah, I'm going Dodge Charger again.
I'm going the Barracuda this time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's. Nope, it's a Dodge Charger.
It's Dodge Charger.
It
I'll take a
is.
drink.
It is
It's
the
the
Dodge
obvious one.
Charger. Oh God.
Mhm.
I think you're gonna get this because I don't fucking know.
Uh-oh. I probably won't know either.
What is the title of the short film that bridges the gap
Oh,
between 3 and 4?
do you know who directed this?
Is it? Just let me get through the.
Yeah, okay.
Is it Los Bandoleros?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Fast and Furious 3.5? Is it Turbocharged Prelude?
Yep.
That sounds like that sounds like what I do.
No
to get
comment. Keep going.
That sounds like what I do when I get my wife in the mood. Or is it Ride or Die?
Okay, what's your answer?
I'm gonna go Los Bandoleros.
That is the correct answer.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because I it feels like the right thing.
It's directed by Vin Diesel.
Fuck off, really?
Yeah, he directed it himself.
Oh, that's cool. Good for him.
Is the correct answer correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is the
No drinks
correct
for us.
answer.
We were all correct. I hope you guys at home were as well.
Yes. And that has been our a big brain wrap up of
Okay, extra
Fast and Furious.
hard question. And if you get this wrong,
Oh fuck.
you have to scull the rest of your drink. What is the name of the other movie that Han appears in that is not a Fast and Furious film?
Oh fuck. I've drunken too much to remember that.
Well, you have to Google it because I can't remember off the top of my head either. But if you do know at home, please shout it out in no matter what scenario you are right now. I want to hear your voice somewhere echoing in the distance.
I'm looking it up now.
Good, you better be. We're getting our highest tech analysis on it right now. And yes, I put an ists on the end of analysis.
Ah, yes, I know what it is. Wait, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they lied to me.
And the name of the film is...
Better Luck Tomorrow. But
Yep.
that's not what they lied to me about.
Mhm.
They said his name is Han Seul-Oh.
Uh-huh.
That's not his real name.
Mm-hmm.
It's not his real name.
No, yes, that's true.
They lied to us.
Now, anyone at home who has a drink... Anyone at home...
False.
You are all my precious. Everyone at home, you are my precious. And if you have an unfinished drink right now, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of our own integrity, for the Fast and Furious franchise to maybe one day end, take your drink in hand and scull it.
Skull. I already finished my drink, so. Well, I just did just then.
For you guys at home, thank you for participating with us. We wanted to make this as quick and painless as possible because for us, we literally have spent 2 weeks with this franchise.
Yeah,
It was
it's
painful.
It's been too long.
We were thinking that maybe in this half an hour, we might recount every single second of the plot for you, but we know how painful it is because there is nos, there is speed, there is plot, there is backstabbing and unbackstabbing, there's a lot of family, there's a lot of brotherhood, there's a lot of Vin Diesel, but there is not much really of integrity or actual things that matter. But we kind of love-hate this relationship that we have with this franchise because it always has something to discuss. There's always something interesting going on. There's bad stunts, there's good stunts, there's bad characters, there's worse characters. And that's kind of why we keep coming back to it. So next month, we'll be looking at this film franchise one last time, hopefully. But until then...
Wrong.
We're going to send it back to the studio.
Yeah.
Hobson Shot 2 is coming out. We're going to send it back to the studio and let's let more sober versions of ourselves in the future past time continue and may it stay as one. Take it away, Jordan.
And we're back.
Oh, why do we do this to ourselves, Jordan?
Well, we haven't. Not
No.
yet.
Don't destroy the time linear continuum for the audience.
Are you kidding me? In podcast land, time means nothing aside from whatever you glean from it as the audience.
Okay, but time does continue to roll around. And next month we do have some more movies coming out that we'd quickly like to discuss.
Yeah, hit me with that.
Okay, we've already mentioned some of them, but like such as Black Widow and the Marvel movies. Although I think we forgot to mention that Shang-Chi does come out first in
Yes.
September.
Yes.
That comes out between Black Widow and the Eternals.
I'm looking forward to it. I love martial arts films in general.
I do too.
So I'm hoping I've got my fingers crossed hoping that this film kind of borrows from the classics in terms of like how to construct a martial arts
Yeah,
action
no.
scene. You know what I mean?
Oh, we
Because
get
I feel like the best scenes, the best action scenes in the Marvel,
yeah.
franchise have been ones that have been filmed similarly to.
Oh yeah, well they've taken a lot from classic martial arts
Well,
films.
some of them have and some of them haven't.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like, please, please, please,
We
please,
want
please,
more.
please, please, please.
I mean, I'll go back and watch Jackie Chan movies all the time because there's just something about the action sequences that are just so alive, and I miss that.
The way that they are filmed, they film them in such a way that it complements the fight scene and the choreography, whereas so many films kind of just like they get in real close so they can cover the
Oh, yeah.
mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and it's
Well,
not very flattering.
It's very, I mean, if it's done right, it's very clever in terms of how you use the camera. If it's done wrong,
Yeah.
it just leaves a lot to be desired.
I prefer seeing the whole thing from a wider angle.
Yeah.
In terms of like when it comes to fight scenes.
Oh, and when there's such depth of participants and there's so much going on and it's all working well, it does genuinely blow you away. So
Yeah.
okay, other movies that are coming out. We've got Spirit Untamed, which is an average-looking adventure movie.
That's the sequel to Spirit,
yeah,
Stallion of the Cimarron,
which
starred Matt Damon.
It did. I thought it was fairly forgettable in terms of those movies, but hey,
I remembered it.
Well done.
So there you go.
We've got In the Heights.
It wasn't that bad. Yes, In the Heights.
Lin-Manuel Miranda's first before he
and
did
it's
Hamilton.
already out in the States, and it's already getting great reviews.
I know, isn't it fantastic?
That's so good. It's the return of good musicals.
Yes.
Not other ones.
Yeah. Well,
Cats.
Let's just move past that thing that we want to remove from our memories.
Yeah,
it's gone.
Let's
it's
dance
gone.
past that with our freakishly gross CGI toes.
That's not helping. So, yes, In the Heights. It's before Lin-Manuel Miranda created Hamilton.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's already drunk, ladies and gentlemen. Or he's still drunk, rather.
The space-time continuum must remain complete. Before he created Hamilton, he did In the Heights. And
yes.
I haven't seen it live, but I have seen clips of the original
It's
production.
hard for us to see it live because we're in Australia and not in the States.
I don't think it's ever, unlike Hamilton, which is now
In the Heights was, I'm pretty sure, off Broadway to begin with.
Yeah, it was.
And it's only because of Lin-Manuel Miranda kind of going up the ranks and making Hamilton that it's become a Broadway musical.
Yeah.
And for those of you who aren't familiar with musicals on Broadway, off Broadway is like, a couple of streets away down the side alley.
Well, yeah, it's like, it's not in the first or second theater; it's in the third theater. But I think In the Heights actually did win Tonys.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's sort of what propelled him and allowed him to make
Hamilton. Yeah. And so it's like it's really cool seeing a starting point for Lin-Manuel Miranda coming to the big screen. Also, the lead in this you might recognize from Hamilton.
Yes.
Is a longtime collaborator, and actually, I'm pretty sure most of the cast is.
Yeah, they've all helped out from time to time,
which is great because it's like, I'm conflicted about movies made this way, because it's great. Well, yes, but also I feel like if you're going to make a film, like it's highly collaborative.
Yes,
and so if you can work with people. Fucking work with them. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
And friends making stuff is always going to be. I feel like more people have fun when they're working with friends than they do when they're not.
They enjoy it more. It's like if you're with people you enjoy, you make better content.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, or at the very least, you'll enjoy it. Yeah. And that's like that's half the battle.
I think that always translates in some form or another to the big screen.
Yeah.
Or the small screen, or the theater, whatever. The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is coming out.
Hell.
Which is just the fact that he exists.
Oh my God. I'm not sure how to feel about that because I did watch the first one, Hitman's Bodyguard, and it's all right. It's
enjoyable.
It's enjoyable. It's no high comedy. It's very very yeah.
And then the culmination of all our efforts, Fast 9.
Yes, Fast 9.
Can we just move on? I don't want to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about it
because we'll talk about it next month.
Yeah,
we will.
Yeah, we have to.
Space Jam 2 is coming out.
Yes, I grew up with Space Jam.
Me too.
As a formative film. I also blame it for the rise of the furries. I think it's definitely had a big impact on
Yeah.
how sexually attractive a rabbit might be to the youth of the Western world.
Yeah.
Not that I am sexually attracted to said rabbit, but
Okay.
it's definitely no. I'm just saying.
I know.
She has a lot to answer for.
She does. And in fact, the amount of discussions that have been online
Oh,
about the
God.
latest Lola is, I mean,
It's
Can we just
people
talk-
are complaining about how she doesn't have tits and ass, and it's like, I'm sorry, did they make this character for you to jerk off to? Did they? Did they? I'm genuinely asking.
I genuinely
hope not.
don't know.
But honestly, either way, it should not be the main reason.
Okay, I'm just
you go watch a movie.
yeah. And
I'm sorry,
and
but
I'm-
fuck you if
and
you
I'm
think that's
over
the
this
reason.
whole conversation.
I'm not. Let's talk about her boobs.
The Green Knight is coming out at the end of July as well, and I'm looking forward to
Yes.
it. Dev Patel,
Yep.
and David Lowery. I'm big fans of both, so
Mhm.
looking forward to it.
Joel Edgerton is in it.
Yes, he is.
I believe as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've been keen for this movie since I heard it was being made 2 years ago.
yeah.
Oh man, I'm really excited.
The trailers are getting me more hyped. As well, which
I'm
is good.
more excited for this than I am for Dune.
Yeah, but it's coming sooner too.
Which is coming soon. But yeah, I think it's going to. This movie is what I'm most excited to
And
see.
the Green Knight, guess what it'll be competing against at the box office?
Tell me.
Jungle Cruise.
Oh, great. So Jungle Cruise will easily win because everyone will look at Green Knight and go, oh, it's independent. We don't want that shit here.
Yes.
And then they won't see it because they're hoity-toity, noses in the air type people. I get frustrated with this because it's like part of it is marketing, but a lot of it is just people and it's the same people. People complain about, oh, why they always make the same movies every time. And then when an indie film actually comes out, you know what they do?
They don't go.
Well, I didn't like the ending to that one, so fuck that. And then they go see fucking Transformers 73. Jesus Christ.
Most of the time that's true, but everyone did go and see the Joker. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, the Green Knight, obviously.
Not Jungle Cruise?
Well, I
It was a bit of a joke.
I am actually interested in
Yeah,
seeing
I'm
it.
going to see it as well. Is it not like,
It looks like it's fun.
we both enjoyed The Rock. We both enjoy Emily Blunt.
Also,
so
it reminds me a little bit of The Rock's other film.
last Journey to the Center of the Earth?
No. After that, the
to-
Jumanji.
Jumanji, yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
it reminds me a lot of that.
Which I actually rewatched both of them recently, and I was like, yeah, they pass. Like,
they're a comfort film.
yeah.
They're comfort
And
films.
we don't get many films that are really like that.
Yeah.
So,
Like National Treasure was one of my first comfort
Yeah.
films as a kid, watching that in my early teen years, late years.
when you were 60.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
when did it come out? It doesn't matter.
Not-
Also Sahara, if you've ever seen that.
Yeah.
Not great film, but I
Oh.
like every time that I felt sick as a kid,
Mhm.
I would put that on and I'd watch it and I would feel better, at least emotionally,
Okay.
because it was just fun.
Yeah, we need these sort of fun
Yeah.
action flicks.
So guys, treat yourself with a comfort film.
Okay, a couple of films we didn't mention that are still coming out, like the Bond film and June. We're looking forward to them too.
I
so.
forgot about Bond.
I mean, so did I until just then. So we'll leave it at that. If you are interested in letting us know about any films you're interested in watching coming up, please let us know.
Message us, please.
Yeah, you know,
Scotty is very lonely.
well,
He needs messages and massages.
I'd love a massage.
So both of those.
Do you guys want to send me a massage through
Send
the internet?
him.
I'd love that.
Even if you want to come round, send us a message. I will give you his address.
If he gives me my address,
if I
I will
give
sue
you
him.
your address,
yeah.
did you mean if I give them your address?
No, if I find out my own address, that would be something else. Okay, we've
Doesn't know where he lives.
we've gone off the rails.
I've stayed on. I'm still here.
I'm watching you fly off the rails. We have been the Film Roast Podcast.
We have. I've been jokes.
And I've remained Scotty mostly this entire time.
You are such a Star Trek nerd. That's such a Star Trek thing to say.
Maybe it is, but who cares? Until next time, bye.
See ya.
It's time for a film roast.